poppin' YouTube? It's Jaelen. And if you're new here, hey girl, hey. I'm channeling my inner goth bad bitch. How did I do? Guys, you know what it is. I messed up last week. My schedule's been really crazy. I might do tree and true crime every other Thursday because it's really hard to study all of these cases. I want to do longer cases, but it's kind of hard with how much stuff I'm doing in my normal life to study a case, then edit it, and making sure it's the best content possible for you guys, because I really don't just like to put any and everything out on my channel. That's just not how I like to run things around this way. Nevertheless, I just wanted to say that I know I messed up last week. I'm still working with my schedule. Bear with me. It might be like tree and true crime every other Thursday. I'm trying to drop other videos as well. That's just me talking about myself, telling you guys about myself, so you guys can get to know me more, because I really don't think you guys know me. So guys, before we get into this video, I just wanted to do a quick unboxing with you. I had a really sweet girl on Instagram message me. She owns this awesome brand, and you guys know how spiritual I am. I'm gonna show you, but I was just absolutely shook with what she sent me, so I have to show you guys this. It came in this cute little box. It's so cute. Look at the packaging, it's so cute. The first thing she sent me was a thank you card. Thank you, boo. This is a yerba Santa smudge. This is like a sage to cleanse your home of the negative energy and forces that are at work around you. Peace conjured soap. I've never ever even heard of like spiritual soap. It smells so good. Oof. I'm gonna be one lucky ass smelling good ass bitch. Okay, I'm absolutely obsessed with candles. She gave me the conjured candle, and I'm obsessed with candles. So the fact that she gave me this is amazing, because I love candles. I don't know how I won't be using this. And you guys know I'm on my manifestation shit. I'm on my EP shit. I'm really there with my meditation and my grounding shit. And that's all the vibes that's coming out of this box. This box is just like a pile of great energy. I'm so excited. Thank you so much. Make sure you check out her brand, The Hood Conjurer, on Instagram. I'll make sure to link her Instagram down below. Also, make sure to use my code Jaelen so you can get money off of your purchase. Like, wow. Just wow. As always on this channel, you do not have to smoke with me. You could just listen to me speak. I'm gonna smoke though. Before we get into this video, you know we gotta light up. Today we're gonna be talking about the story of Elisa Lam. Elisa was born April 30th, 1991 in Canada. She was the daughter of 2 Hong Kong immigrants and studied at the University of British Columbia in Vancouver, Canada. Elisa wanted to travel, so she decided to take a solo trip to the West Coast. On January 26, 2013, Elisa arrived in Los Angeles. This solo trip was supposed to be like a getaway from her studies at university, a way to like explore the world. Elisa's family did not want her to travel alone, but Elisa was determined. But being the nice daughter that she was, she told them that it's okay, don't trip, I'll compromise with you. I'll check in with you guys every single day while I'm touring the West Coast on my own. While exploring the West Coast, specifically LA, Elisa stayed at a hostel. A hostel is like a place where you share a room, but it's like mad cheap, dirt cheap almost, and you share a room with like multiple people. Sometimes hostels are like kind of okay. It's a cheaper alternative to a hotel. It was reported that the hostel that Elisa stayed in, her roommates or the people that were in her room told the employees at the hostel that she was acting weird, she was acting strange, and how she was acting was making them uncomfortable. So the employees in the hostel decided to move Elisa to her own private room. Eventually, Elisa leaves the hostel and ends up checking in at the Cecil Hotel in downtown Los Angeles. Since Elisa had promised her parents that she was going to check in with them every day, you can imagine how shocked they were that only 5 days later, on January 31st, when Elisa was scheduled to check out of the Cecil Hotel, she never contacted them. The Lambs eventually contact LAPD. LAPD goes and checks the hotel premises to see if they can find Elisa, but they can't find Elisa anywhere. Police then decide to check the hotel cameras. This is where things got really fucking weird. The hotel video shows Elisa in one of the elevators on the date of her disappearance, acting extremely weird. Elisa steps into the elevator. She pushes all the floors of the hotel, keeps stepping in and out of the elevator, looking and peering down each hallway to like her left and to her right. It looks almost as if she's like hiding from someone or something. Elisa even like goes out and looks and then like ducks quick back in. Elisa was also moving her hands and gesturing around. It was almost as if like, I don't know, she was motioning to something. She peeks out the elevator a few more times before she eventually ends up leaving the elevator completely. Obviously, police were fucking puzzled, and they still couldn't locate Elisa. Police released the footage to the public and it went viral. Over the period of the next 3 weeks, the Cecil Hotel receives complaints from their hotel guests about weird tasting water and low water pressure. On February 19th, a maintenance worker goes up to the hotel's water tanks to check why there's been complaints about the water pressure and the weird tasting water, and he makes a gruesome discovery. He finds Elisa Lam's lifeless body floating face up in the main water tank of the hotel. The chief of the Los Angeles Fire Department said the tank in which Elisa's body was found had to be drained completely and then cut open from the side to get her 5-foot 4-inch frame out of the tank. Elisa was also discovered nude and with her clothes floating next to her in the water tank. No one knows how Elisa ended up there or if someone had anything to do with it. According to hotel staff, whenever Elisa was spotted on the premises, she was always alone. But there was one person that saw Elisa soon before her death. Elisa went to visit a bookstore, which in a weird coincidence is called The Last Bookstore, and the owner saw Elisa, and Elisa was buying books and music for her family back in Canada. That kind of showed that Elisa didn't have any plans to commit suicide. She had plans to go back and go be with her family again. The toxicology report confirmed that Elisa had a lot of medical drugs in her system, but that was likely medication for her bipolar disorder, and there was absolutely no indications of any alcohol or illegal drugs in her system. So homegirl was sober. I can't relate. After the video was released to the public and the body was discovered, there was a ton of different theories that popped up about what possibly happened to Elisa. For example, some thought that Elisa's death was due to her not taking her bipolar meds properly. Once the toxicology report was released, it showed that Elisa took at least one antidepressant that day. She took her second mood stabilizer and antidepressant recently, but not that day. And Elisa did not take her antipsychotic recently. This suggested that Elisa, who suffered from bipolar disorder and depression, was not taking her meds regularly as she should have been. I don't know if anybody has suffered or knows a family member or a friend who suffers from something like bipolar disorder and depression. Those meds are super strong. They're super serious. They're not anything to play with. And if you're not taking them as you should be, you can really risk something bad happening to you. These crazy ass side effects. But nonetheless, even if she wasn't taking her meds properly, it still does not explain why Elisa ended up dead, for one, and two, how did she end up in a water tank and why was she nude? Elisa's parents filed a wrongful death suit, as they should. The Lamb's attorney stated that the hotel had a duty to inspect and seek out hazards in the hotel that presented an unreasonable risk of danger to Lamb and other hotel guests. The hotel was like, nah, listen, we did not know that anybody could get up at the water tank. We had so many obstacles for somebody not to be able to reach it. So there's no way that we knew that. The hotel lawyer motioned for the case to be dismissed. You remember that maintenance worker that I told you about that found Elisa's body? He even testified under oath and explained how difficult it was for him to even get up to the water tanks to discover Elisa's body. He said he took the elevator to the 15th floor, walked up a staircase to the roof. He then had to disable the rooftop alarm where the hotel water tanks were located, then climb up another ladder to get to the main tank. That is when he noticed that the hatch of the main water tank was open and that Elisa's body was inside. He said it would have been extremely difficult for Elisa to get up there by herself, especially without anyone noticing, because of the rooftop alarm. The only people that had the code to the rooftop alarm was hotel employees. And the rooftop alarm was so loud that the top 2 floors of the hotel could hear it going off, and it also sounded off at the front desk. So basically, like, Elisa would have almost had an impossible time getting up there. The Los Angeles Superior Court judge ruled the death of Elisa was unforeseeable. It happened in an area that guests were prohibited to be in. The lawsuit was dismissed. Another weird thing, though, is that Elisa's death was not the first, unnatural or strange death that happened in the hotel. Since 1927, so since the hotel opened its doors to the public, there's been 16 unnatural or weird deaths. One famous death was the 1947 murder of actress Elizabeth Short. And the hotel was also a rest spot for notorious killers. For example, the Night Stalker. The Night Stalker lived at the top floor of the Cecil Hotel in downtown Los Angeles when he was on his monstrous killing spree. Supposedly, when the Night Stalker would kill, he would dump his bloody clothes outside of the hotel prior to going inside so people wouldn't notice he had blood on him. And supposedly the hotel was such a fucking hot mess, nobody noticed a half-naked man walking inside the hotel constantly. People also had superstitions at play. They thought that the hotel is known for being haunted. There's negative spirits and entities inside, especially the way Elisa was gesturing her hands, that maybe possibly she was possessed. People also thought Elisa was playing a game called the elevator game. It's a game in Korea, and it said you press a sequence of floors. If you see something, I don't know, it's weird. The rules are weird. It seems super negative, and you go to other dimensions and shit. I really don't need anything to do with it. If you want to see someone else fucking their vibe up with that, though, I'll link that down below too. Me, however, I don't need that drama. There was another thing that was pretty similar. There was a movie called Dark Water. First, let's talk about the main character. The main character's outfit, she's literally wearing almost identical clothing to what Elisa was wearing when she had died. And in the movie, there was someone found dead in a water tank. And there was also stuff about weird tasting water too. So that's just fucking mind-blowing. And it was also said that Elisa was a tuberculosis cover-up. You're probably like, what the fuck does that mean? The outbreak of tuberculosis in Los Angeles when Elisa was there. They thought that possibly Elisa contracted tuberculosis and then she had to get a vaccine. But there were supposedly bad side effects for the tuberculosis vaccine. The also weird thing was the name of the tuberculosis test or the vaccine. It was named Lamlisa or Lamlisa, or something extremely similar to her name. And they thought that maybe the government just kind of it really didn't even happen, that they just kind of made it seem like it happened, so that instead when people are looking up Elisa Lam, this pops up because it went viral and everybody was so curious about it. And what truly happened, which was a tuberculosis test and the crazy side effects, doesn't pop up. And that shit is crazy. I don't know, guys. Let me know what you think happened to Elisa. I feel like there's so many possible things that could have happened to her. But I don't know. It's just super weird about the alarm. I don't know how that would be a thing. I don't know. It's just so strange to me. I just feel like the whole case is so weird. And there's so many questions that are left unanswered. I'm really curious to see how this plays out and to see if they find out eventually who did this or what happened. Just so the family can get some closure too, because this has to be terrible for them to live with. So thank you guys for watching this video today. If you like my video, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Follow all of my social media down in the description below. Please make sure you're following my music. Make sure you comment down below what you think maybe happened to Elisa. I really don't know. I would love to see if you guys have any theories of your own. Also recommend any cases that you want me to talk about, because I am trying to make these videos longer. I'm trying. Yeah, ILY, and I'll see you guys in my next video.